Alright, YouTubers, welcome back to the channel. This is going to be another grilling with the griller, and I'm starting at the beginning because I want everybody to see. You start out, you layer your charcoal. You don't just dump a bag in there. You don't just use those little briquettes. You want that hardwood lump charcoal. You gonna get this. This is, to me, I have been hesitating about doing this video because there's so much work that goes into this. Today we're cooking ribs. Not just any ribs, but these are those Talladega County, Talladega historical barbecue ribs that have a tradition that goes back hundreds of years. We're talking about ribs in Talladega go back to old times, plantation times. I'm going to tell you a little bit about the man that taught me how to do this. He's famous in this area. He's the uncrowned king of barbecue in this town, as far as I know. He is the best. Best ever was, and probably best ever will be. I was fortunate enough to meet him. We became friends, and he shared some of his knowledge with me, and some I picked up on my own. But I'm laying out those charcoals. I'm gonna take and I'm gonna spark them up, and we're gonna let them cook down, because you do not cook good barbecue ribs on a hot fire. You only want the coals. I'm gonna pause it here. All right, tubers, I'm back again. All right, what we have here, this is a slab of baby back ribs. There's different kinds of ribs. You got the St. Louis, which is a fattier rib, but these are the baby back ribs. They have been trimmed of that gristle fat section with that little bit of bone that sticks out on the end, and they're nice. They're beautiful looking. I went ahead and I mixed up some dry rub. This is brown sugar, paprika, garlic, onion, black pepper, a little bit of salt, and like any good barbecue man, I'm not going to give you everything. You'll have to experiment and figure your own path out, but I gave you enough to get you started. I'm just gonna apply this dry rub. I took these ribs, this single slab, I washed them, I patted them dry, and now I'm going to apply this dry rub mix. I'm going to work it in. I'm going to get it in all the little cracks and crevices. I'm going to smear it. I'm going to do it on both sides, because good barbecue, you don't just go out and light the gas grill and slap it on there and come back in 30 minutes and it's done. Good barbecue is a lot of work, a lot of fire tending, a lot of preparation. But you're going to get out of it what you put into it. If you want something quick and fast, you can go to one of those places and you can get a slab of ribs that somebody else has done the work. or you can get you a slab of ribs that gonna make you think, I don't like ribs. It'll be that bad. I've had it at some of those chain restaurants. They claim they're the pride of the South, the best ribs in the state. Well, that's a bunch of big talk. I paid my dues when I was younger, working with a fellow that, as I said earlier, he is the unofficial king of barbecue in Talladega, Alabama. There was a restaurant in Talladega. Every small town in Alabama has a couple of places that do barbecue and ribs. It's that way all over the state. Certain people like certain ones, and certain people like certain other ones. Their sauce is better. Their rub is better. They use hickory. There's always a reason. They smoke them instead of grill them. But as for me, I learned from the guy that cooked at the #1 place in Talladega from the late 60s until it burned down and he went to another barbecue restaurant. But those of you from Talladega, you probably know Richard Chapman. Y'all know about Moon's Barbecue. It's famous, especially in this area. Well, I met Richard when he was working at a barbecue place, and we got to talking about barbecue, and he could see that I was not just an average guy that was slightly interested, that I was somebody who liked to experiment with wood, using different kinds of fruit wood, marinade, dry rub. I was somebody that talked the talk and tried to walk the walk, and he kind of liked that I was somewhat interested in what he did, and I appreciated the hard work he put into it. So I used to go up there. I'd drive to town, and I would sit there, and me and Richard would sit out there. He had a old picnic table under a little covered area where he did his barbecue, and we would talk, and I would ask him questions, and sometimes he would answer. But like any good barbecue man, he ain't gonna give up a lifetime of hard work secrets to some kid that's wanting to do what he does. We'd sit out there and drink sweet tea and play checkers and tend the fire. And I had a lot of fond memories of Richard. Richard was older than me, but Richard got to be my friend. And I don't claim that for a lot of people. That's a term I don't throw around easy. But Richard was and is my friend. If Richard called me and I could help him, I would be on my way. Because he was that way for me. Now, I got my rub worked in, massaged in, and my fire is still way too hot to put on the rib. So I'm going to roll it up, seal it off, keep them damn flies and bugs from messing with my good barbecue, and it's gonna soak in and work in, and those seasonings and those flavors are gonna penetrate that meat, and they're gonna do their magic. And I am thinking about the sauce. Now, I already have something in mind. I like a Carolina sauce. You got that Alabama mayonnaise-based white sauce, which is okay. Like for chicken, it's all right. You got the Memphis spicy, but I like that Carolina Gold, that vinegar-based, mustardy twang to it. To me, pork has got a sweet taste to the meat. And I used a little bit of brown sugar in my rub that's going to carry in and infuse the meat. I don't like it real sweet. I don't like that molasses, honey, what's so popular in Alabama, barbecue, that tomato base. I'm going to do one that is a Carolina style. I'm going to pause you here. And we're back. I went inside, got my, can y'all see that? All right, that's my sauce. That's the Carolina Gold sauce. I'll tell you what, I've been thinking about this. I will give you the recipe to do this sauce, but you have to subscribe to my channel. I'm trying to grow, and I will give you the exact measurements and a list of ingredients if you subscribe. You help me and I help you. That's how it works. All right. Some of the things that are in this sauce: apple cider vinegar, mustard, Worcestershire, crushed red pepper flakes, a little vinegar. Oh no, apple cider vinegar, I said that. Garlic, onion powder, just a little tiny bit of some lemon juice, acidity. And it called for some brown sugar, but I got some honey that is something I like to use, that natural honey when I can, so I used honey instead of brown sugar. A little dash of Tabasco, some black pepper ground up, a little salt. I used some sea salt in it this time because that's what I had. But man, it smells good. It's got that vinegar mustard twang to it. It's got the right color. And you do a pinch of cornstarch, not cornmeal, but cornstarch, to thicken it up so it won't be so watery. Then when I start putting it on the meat, it's thick enough to stick to it and work its magic. But don't forget, for the exact ingredient list and measurements, you got to subscribe to the channel. That's the only way. All right, tubers, I just raised the lid and checked my fire for the temperature. I don't use a probe. A good barbecue man knows when he sees it, when he puts his hand over it. He can tell. We don't have to sync up no Bluetooth probe and all that. We've been doing it long enough. We know when it's right and when it's not. This fire is still a little too hot for my liking, so I am going to let it burn a little lower. And I want to remind y'all, you get out of this what you put into this. Making good barbecue, cooking a good slab of ribs, is like making love to a woman. Take your time, go slow, enjoy every second of it. and things will work out in your favor. All right, tubers, I just checked the fire, and I believe we are at that point where we can put our meat on. All right. Now, there is a large debate in the barbecue community about meat side down or bone side down. I'm a bone side down man, especially when I first put them on. The reason being, I don't know what that fire is going to do. There may be a hot spot here, a cold spot there, another hot spot in the middle. I don't know that yet. So I would rather find out with the bone than with that sweet pork meat. Because like I said, these ain't spare ribs. And these ain't country style ribs. And these ain't them St. Louis ribs. These is baby back ribs. They've been trimmed. They've been manicured by a butcher. And they are a beautiful set of ribs. And I want to do them the justice that they deserve, because grocery prices are too high right now to be not watching your fire, let your meat burn up. If you ain't going to pay attention, you're going to get burned. So anyway, I'm going to take a little time, and I'm going to pause it here, and we'll be back. Y'all, I wish they had that smell-o-vision, because it is on like Donkey Kong. I'm talking about if this keeps up, I'm gonna have relatives I ain't seen in 10 years start pulling up. All right, tubers, YouTube. Here we are. I'm gonna give y'all a little peek, see where we're at. All right. Now this is one of my favorite parts. I call it mopping and sopping. Y'all know that Carolina sauce that I mixed up? Well, now we are going to apply it generously. We're going to get it in every little crevice, crack. We are going to get nasty with it. We're gonna coat it. We're gonna drizzle it. We're gonna mop it. We're gonna sop it. We're going to put that tangy, twangy vinegar, Carolina mustard, barbecue sauce on our ribs. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right, I'm gonna save a little to do that bone side with, and y'all get a good view of that. There's a shadow in the way, but trust me, it is smelling good. They have been on there for, oh man, it's been, I have to check my clock, but it's been on there for a while. The meat is pretty much done. I'm just letting that sauce thicken and get sticky, and let that smoke work its magic, and season that meat and get that sauce extra smoky and tangy and good. And so far I am pretty happy with the results. This is one of the better slabs that I've done in a long time. I don't do these very often anymore, but when I do, I take my time. I go slow, and you can't rush good barbecue. You gotta. It'll tell you when it's ready. When it's ready to flip, when it's ready to spin, when there's a hot spot, when it's ready for the sauce. You cannot rush it. You just have to listen to it. Use all your senses: sight, smell, taste, touch, feel. The barbecue will talk to you. Y'all stay with me. All right, YouTube, let's take a look and see where we are at. Yes, sir. I don't encourage anybody to slap their mama, but man, if you can smell what I smell. All right. Now, gonna put a little bit of this here. This here Carolina. I don't know, Carolina Gold. I just call it Carolina barbecue sauce. But it is the preferred sauce in the Carolinas. And if you haven't ever tried it, I would encourage you to branch out and try new things. It is one of my personal favorites. I really enjoy it. I grew up on that Alabama molasses, tomato-based barbecue sauce, and that's okay. I like that at times, but every now and then you just want something special. And this is really, really, really good. Like spanking a fat woman's rear end. You don't want to miss a part of it, because you know it's going to make it even better. All right, y'all. I am going to let that sticken and thicken right there. And you guys hang around. We'll be back shortly. All right, YouTube, here we go. This should be the end of it. Let's see. Can y'all get a good look at that? All right. Now, this is just something I do because I believe, when you first take a piece of meat off, the worst thing you can do is cut into it. So, I like to wrap it and it's still hot. It is still going to be doing this thing. It's still going to be cooking. But I want to seal it off. I want to keep them juices inside, because I'm not cooking no beef jerky today. I do make some good beef jerky. I make deer jerky, beef jerky, but I'm not doing that today. I want some moist, juicy, succulent barbecue sauce running down my elbows, all over my beard hair, baby back ribs. So I'm going to let them sit for a good 10 minutes They're going to continue to cook with the radiant temperature of the meat, and it's going to get even tenderer, and those bones are going to be they're going to be loose. And the only thing to do after that, I like to take a knife and I cut each individual rib off. That way it's a individual portion size serving, and you grab and eat what you want. Oh, one more thing. Y'all don't forget, like, comment, subscribe. This is Grilling with a Griller. It's just a cooking, grilling section that I do on my channel. If you like what I do, let me know. If you want that Carolina Gold twangy barbecue sauce, then you have to subscribe to the channel and leave me a comment, and I will get it to you. Thank you for watching. If you're new here, subscribe. If you're coming back again, keep on coming. We got more things happening. We got part 2 of the tiller carburetor rebuild. We're going to get some gardening done. Hopefully we're going to get to take a few guns to the range. I got some sights, some red dots I need to set. Hey, if nothing else, let's go sit on the creek bank and catch some fish. Thank y'all. Hey Jasper, what do you think about them ribs, man? You gonna help me with them? Starting more shit.